We are giving away a card, and all you have to do to enter is like, comment, subscribe, and on Friday I will be picking one comment randomly and announcing it in the video. Now back to the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I have an interesting cook for you guys. We have FLAREON EX with SKELEDRIGE. So basically this deck right here is really strong, and overall, if this deck ends up going popular out of nowhere, I'm gonna be the first one to say we're out here. You know, we kind of perfected the deck. I feel like, so we were in Discord and, you know, we were just chatting, you know, with Always Forget, and it was definitely, you know, a lot of discussion on how we could optimize this deck and make it better, right? And, you know, you do 130 damage, right, with FLAREON EX, but like with the SKELEDRIGE plus 50, that's like 180, which has the potential to take out many mega Pokemon, as well, like overall take out a lot of EX Pokemon. Goldengo, it definitely knocks them out, and just overall strong pick. It has respectable HP. As you guys can see here, we are running the Lucky Ice Pop. Lucky Ice Pop does come, you know, a lot more clutch in these matchups, right? You don't really have to rely on EV bags, because like if I'm just gonna heal 20 HP, right, I'm gonna use the Lucky Ice Pops over the EV bags any day, right? Because the Lucky Pops become like very universal, and they're you know, the flips are so like favored to you, you know, landing heads, which is kind of insane if you ask me. But you know, that being said, you can see here in this scenario, right, you know, we're in a weird spot. They got that on curve you know, Hydreigon. Here we're just gonna swing, put them in a situation where, you know, they have to you know, self nuke themselves, but or find Lucky Ice Pop with that copycat. But they ended up finding it, which was kind of unfortunate, but at the same time they got tails on that second flip, which was good for us. Now that being said, you know, he is gonna get the knockout here, right? It's not looking that promising for us, right? So going into the EV is going to be the most optimal play here. As you guys can see, I'm probably going to, I don't know if it's this turn, but I do get access to FLAREON EX, right? Yeah, I do. It was this turn. So I put the energy here instead of evolving and, you know, giving him another chance with another pop. I'm pretty sure that was the second pop. I'm just gonna go for the tackle here, because like he has nothing else in the back row to attack with, right? So EV is not gonna be, you know, isn't gonna get damaged by anything. So, you know, that being said, I am gonna take damage from that Absol, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, I don't really have a way to SKELEDRIGE. If I did have a way to SKELEDRIGE like anytime soon, that would have been great, because I could start, you know, popping off if he decides to bring out Mega Absol EX from the back. Right now I was just considering, should I, you know, drop the Coco. Here I'm just gonna go in for the swing, because like if he has the Hydreigon, right, no matter what we do in this situation, we're gonna get knocked out, because he does have access to the Poison Barb, and we're gonna get poisoned and take 20 damage, 10 this turn, 10 the next turn. He's gonna go dropped in the Hellego, which looks pretty bad. Put the energy on Dano. I was ready to give up, but he copycats here because he does not have access to the Hydreigon, which that was actually really clutch. His hand was super stacked, but you know, in this scenario we just went for the combust, attach the energy, and then we go and swing for game. Like, you know, overall we do high damage. It has a high damage ceiling, this deck, and you know, FLAREON does have a respectable amount of HP, so that's just one thing. I feel like this deck definitely has potential, what do you call it, in this set, as we're gonna show you in the other matches, right? So next up we have I believe it was a Goldengo deck, right? So the thing is with Goldengo, right, is you knock that thing out in one hit, and you know, knocking 150 damage. Unless they have the metal core barrier, that's the only like a nuisance. It's either that or the apron. Metal is just very defensive overall, but you know, it is what it is. But it's still one of our best matchups. So you can see our opponent got the most optimal lead here, because he could actually charge his energy here and then just get, you know, everything he wants from that. So that being said, you know, we got the EV. We're gonna go super hard on that EV and just give all the energies. So right now we're relaxing. All we need to draw is a FLAREON to pop off here. So he attacks, attaches energy. We get the research, and we end up finding the FLAREON EX, right? So here we could afford to be super aggro, just switch in, and we don't even have to use the ability, and then boom. Just the fact that this card is weak to fire is so much, just makes life so much easier, right? We finally get a steel deck weak to fire. I mean, Dialga and all of them are weak to fire as well. So yeah. So right here in this scenario, he gets the Goldango, and you know, we are outspeeding him. So the whole point of this fire deck too is to kind of outspeed all of this Goldango nonsense, because you know, Orform is definitely 100 HP, and that's nothing to laugh at. That is annoying. That's what partly makes this deck really good. The metal core barrier, I don't know why he didn't hold it, because I think that would have been a better play on his end, because he's gonna get knocked out regardless of what happens, right? Because we're gonna do 150 damage, and yeah. So now in this scenario, Goldango's gonna come out. He has no way to knock me out. He only has what do you call it, 2 energy, right? So you can do 40 energy all around. It's not going to be enough to knock me out completely. So he does take 2 of my Pokemon, and then we're just gonna charge up the energy, combust, and swing for 150, and that's pretty much the game there. You know, I really do like the Goldango matchup. I do feel super confident fighting against Goldango. It is super popular right now too. So, you know, I think fire is the way to go, and this is going to be the quickest fire deck right now. I mean, I played the Entei version of SKELEDRIGE, and honestly, I'm just not a fan of that deck. I'm just not. So here, we're playing against a, what's it called? That tadpole deck. Anyways, so that deck is honestly one of the new strongest decks in the format right now. Just overall, you could do an early 140 damage for 2 energy. It's kind of insane. I feel like this version, I made a video yesterday about like the best decks to play, right? And literally I said the Zero Aura Pichu ramp is the best way, because look at this, you already have 4 energy live ready to go, right? We do use the what do you call it, the fire, you know, we just keep ramping fire energy here. I do have the FLAREON, so it doesn't matter if I drop it at this moment. So I'm just gonna charge up my Eevee and then, you know, start being aggro in the following turn. I'm reading Averin because I forget, you know, which gets the tool and which one gets the item card. So yeah, so he ends up getting the clean knockout here. We're gonna pull up with the Eevee and do a quick evolution here. We're gonna go and evolve the Fuecoco, just in case we get the SKELEDRIGE, because you know, we could do a lot of devastating damage. So you know, the main combo here with Flame Patch is, you know, to use Flame Patch with SKELEDRIGE, combined with SKELEDRIGE's ability to do an extra 50 damage and to get off that 180. So yeah, no, that's definitely the way to go, right? And then now here we're just all he can really do is just charge up his field, because you know, we are getting super lucky that he doesn't have the other what do you call it, the belly. So now he's just flipping tails, and then we're just gonna go and continue being aggro, because that's literally our only out. But the next in the next step, I would say evolving the Eevee into a FLAREON with the Flame Patch could be another out for me as well, just in case worse things go super south. So he did not end up finding the belly drum, the belly. So we're pretty much in a very blessed position here. So I just go flame patch because the animation would be a lot quicker, and then all I do is just go in for the quick swing, and that's gonna wrap it up for this game right here. So yeah, we did end up getting that. The next round, I believe we are fighting a different variant of the electric deck, right? But this belly version is, belly bolt version is going to be playing the Magnezone. Now, that being said, I don't know why he's using this tadpole. Maybe it's because he doesn't have access to the other one, but it really doesn't make too much of a difference. So we start off with Fuecoco here. Fuecoco is going to allow us to build up our board and, you know, thin out the deck as fast as possible. As you can see in my hand here, I do have access to the Croc, I do have access to the SKELEDRIGE, and I do have access to what do you call it, my FLAREON EX. So we do have a bunch of possibilities here, but Belly Bolt definitely makes his way out there. So we're gonna give the energy to FLAREON and then keep summoning monsters, right? The play here I want to do is have him knock out my my Fuecoco, right? There's gonna be energy in the graveyard. I have the SKELEDRIGE and the Flame Patch, so I'm gonna be able to knock out this you know, Belly Bolt really quick. So you're gonna see the power of FLAREON. This is what you want to be doing all the time. So we're gonna use SKELEDRIGE, detach. We do have the Flame Patch. We're gonna heal first, right? Because we definitely want to get all the way up, get our value, and then boom. This is gonna do 180 damage and knock out the Belly Bolt. This is kind of insane. I had to take a screenshot. That thing was insane, right? But you know, he's gonna pull up with the Magnemite, and really, there's nothing you can do. He's just staring us down and he's gonna concede, right? There's nothing. Even if he evolved, maybe if he had access to an Oricorio, he could extend it, but I do have access to SKELEDRIGE. He actually left the game, right? So I forget if he just like left and the opponent didn't show up in time, or if he just what do you call it, came back and then just conceded. But overall, FLAREON is pretty strong, and I do believe we have one more match. No, this is the last match. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about the deck, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.